Hey everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm John Yamasato, your host, and joining me today is Mr. Kyle Shimabukuro.
How's it?
Devon Nekoba.
What's up?
Before we begin, let me remind listeners of all the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Hisessions. You can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, listen to the podcast, and of course you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com. If you'd like to help the show, get more music on the channel, you can go to patreon.com, Patreon, and donate. There you'll get more involved with the show and help determine who and what is filmed. We had last time we were on this podcast, I announced who was going to be filming tomorrow at the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
That's all not happening. We've just had a slew of just unfortunate things that have caused people to cancel. So our lineup is just way different than what it was. So that's why even though I can announce it, it's just you just never know. And this time is no fault to any of the bands. It's stuff that's out of their control. It's all your fault,
basically.
Yeah. My fault.
Cool.
Yeah.
As long as we know who to blame.
So
is it gonna be postponed or done?
No, we're still shooting. We're just shooting different bands.
Is it just you sitting with a guitar on
that's
stage?
That's not gonna be me. No. We have bands, but it's just not this. It's not 10 feet, and it's not whoever else. I can't remember.
I was looking for the 10 feet.
Yeah, man. I feel so gypped now.
No, they're gonna reschedule for September or something.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you to Kupu Kupu Landscape Architects. You can call Kevin Yokomura, 808-722-8685 for free estimate, or go to kupukupulandscaping.com. Fort Ruger Market. Today I had the spicy ahi poke.
How spicy was
it? You had the... It's pretty spicy.
I got yours. I got the Rugerlicious.
Rugerlicious?
Yeah.
And then Kyle did the plate A?
Yep. It's very good.
Yeah.
Which is usually what I get. They must have been thinking.
No, I just wanted to...
I do feel like the Kahlua pig has gotten better lately.
Oh, no, it's really good.
It was good.
The play day was spot on. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah. So, congrats. Okay. Devin, you can find at Kumu 94.7, and Kyle, you can find at highlifeclothing.com. I meant to do this before, but I'm going to introduce our guest now, but I didn't ask him how to pronounce his name, but I think I do. Kamaka Dias?
Yeah.
Dias or Dias?
Dias, however you want to say it.
Okay. So Kamaka is the host of the Keep It Aloha podcast, formerly Hawaiiverse podcast. Got his shirt on. Nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that there's a Hawaiian Island chain in the back.
Yeah, it's real subtle.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. And so he is normally on this side of the microphone, but now he's going to be interviewed by us. And just thanks for coming on, man. You got this huge podcast, and you come down to do our dinky little show.
Oh, no, you guys are all legends. And I'm still learning more about you guys. I'm kind of mind blown. I called my mom earlier before I was coming here. And I was like,
call my mom.
Do you know who John Yamasato is? Well, I was looking you up. And after I learned about the Pure Heart stuff and listened to some of the songs. And these are songs of my childhood.
Yeah.
And then my mom said she has a CD of you guys.
Him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fast how that time goes by, man.
I know. Because we always used to think John was the kid, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Except with the haircut now, you look a little bit more like a kid. Why did you?
We got matching haircuts, pretty much.
That's like brothers.
But his hair was super long before, so I don't
Devin,
know.
Every summer
I do this every year.
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand why you can't do a halfway thing. It's either all or nothing. It's either like Shaggy Dog, where I'm like, bro, when you gonna cut your hair? When you gonna cut your hair too? Oh my God, you cut your hair.
A bit of advice for you guys: when you guys have hair, don't cut it short. Because I don't have hair, and that's why my hair is short. If I had plenty hair.
You have enough.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's enough.
Yeah, I just feel like every summer I like to get just a new start on things. And
so when did you do this?
Last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
He was matching his guest today.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Brothers.
There's one more thing that I do want to talk to you about that's a personal issue. So we'll bring it up. It has to do with pant size. But I want to get to Kamaka first, so we'll talk to him a little bit
I'm sure he wants to talk about this.
I want to talk about size. I'm a 32.
All right. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so what do you guys think about this? Because yesterday I'm but I'm putting on clothes because I had a meeting, and so I put on my dress pants, which I have a 30-30 pants, so 30 waist.
You wear a 30. You have a 30 waist.
Okay, so for a very long time, I was when I was in high school, I was like 28.
Yeah.
And then for all my 20s at 29, and then in my 30s, I was at 30. You know, for last 15 years, I was at 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, like, the 30, it just don't. I just can't get in it anymore. You know, like, I'm getting to the point where like it just doesn't fit. So I go downstairs and I give the pants to Stace. I'm like, hey, because she buys my pants, and it's just because she likes getting deals. I would just go to the store and just buy whatever pants I see, but she's like, you never pay full price. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You go buy the pants. I'm like, you gotta start buying me 31 pants.
31.
Yeah, 31. And she's like, I think you should just try to get fit and get back into the 30.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wow.
I was like, okay, if I was going from like, I'm still a 31, you know, it's still 31 is still
Are you sure
small.
you're 30? Do they even make 31?
Why?
I thought it just goes 30 and 32.
No, they have what?
Yeah.
I think it's just more common for like 32s and 33s to be sold.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
the
never
standard
see
size.
those anymore. Yeah.
What are you, Kamaka?
I'm a 32, but recently I've been more 33.
Oh,
Yeah, I see.
I was 32.
I'm growing. I'm a big boy.
Now I'm 31.
You're 31.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
Are
like
you sure, man?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get
That
down to
doesn't-
30 pretty soon. So I like your
I
I
don't
like
think it's-
your pants when you're done.
I don't
My
think
dress
it's
pants?
safe that he's wearing 30 pants, bro. You're gonna do something to your inside.
I'll show you my shots later on.
No, no, no,
So,
I'm gonna
so
see
my,
your
but
shoes.
my thought was, if I was going, if I was normally a 30 for 15 years, and then all of a sudden I'm at 33, 34. I mean, that's a lot. But I'm just going one size, like, you know, it's not, and it's still on the thinner side. So
Yeah.
do I really have to get down to the 30? I don't know.
I don't think so. You're 40.
I'm
You
45.
can wear 30s.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I just don't know if you're gonna be able to find 31s. I
Ones.
think you're gonna be looking at 32s, dude.
Wow, that was a twist I did not see coming. So Devon is more concerned about the availability of 31 size
Yeah,
pants.
I don't. I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I don't ever see them. And in the places that you would go shopping, because you don't go shopping,
No.
I would think that you would only see 32s or 30s.
Okay. Now that
And
we
so-
lost all our customer
Yeah.
Viewership from
No,
talking
no,
about
no. They
pants.
enjoy when we're
all
giving each
the
other.
pants fans. is
Yeah.
No, no.
Let's-
They
let's
enjoy
switch to,
us giving each other shit about this
Let's
kind of stuff.
switch
so.
to
Okay,
Kamaka.
so anyway, that was a
I still
discussion
think
we
Kami's at
had.
32.
I don't understand the length thing.
Okay.
I never know what I am.
Put it around your neck.
Mm.
On the waist. If it fits around your neck, like this, you know when you hold the pants like this?
Yeah.
You put it around your neck. If it fits, you'll fit the
Okay,
shorts.
well, what about the length?
no,
Because
he's
like the
talking about
30,
the length,
32, 30, 33.
That's your inseam.
That's your inseam
So
from
it's-
your...
I gotta try on like 3 different pants.
Really?
And I never remember
Well,
what
if you
I
go
am.
to Uniqlo, if you're buying jeans, the thing I like about Uniqlo is that you took it in the dressing room and then they'll just hem it to whatever size you.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
my question is, your inseam start from the bottom of your olos or from the inside?
And what if
of the-
one is hanging lower?
Yeah.
How
John is like a 30,
this is
31
the
with
quality-
a
This is the quality
30,
information
30
people
length
need.
on the right and a 32 on the left.
Don't you remember us having to get fittings for the shows? It was always grab that thing and stick it right there, and then they go down
On the
to
inside, yeah?
Yeah, you go on
Yeah,
the
but you
inside.
gotta adjust for hang though, I would think,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
You're supposed to go right in the middle.
when I was playing Pop Warner football, we were playing against this team from Temecula, I think, and I was the kicker. This was about like 6th grade maybe. And I told my coach, like, oh, which way do I kick it? He said, reach down in your pants, feel your olos, whichever side's hanging lower, kick it that way. So I kicked it left.
Yeah, did it work? What was his reasoning for that though?
I don't know. That's science. I don't know. Hey, he was a coach. I don't know. I got listen to him. At least he never touched it. He made me touch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Then that would have been
Hang on.
that would have been weird.
Check, coach.
That would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Well, the
he
question
make
is,
it?
were you a good soccer
I
player?
was-
Yeah, I played soccer all my life.
There you go, soccer fans.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people,
did you
soccer
make that
players.
field goal?
No, it was a kickoff. It was a
Okay.
kickoff.
Kickoff. Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
see,
Sorry,
I
not a field goal.
All right.
What
Yeah.
position did you play for soccer?
This midfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I started off defense, midfield, played forward. I can play anywhere.
Oh,
A
cool.
little bit
Good.
goalie.
Are you still playing or?
Yeah, I just joined about a year and a half ago a men's league.
Does that rule
Nice.
still
Yeah.
apply though, from the coach?
No, not for soccer. I can't decide which way to go when I play soccer.
Okay.
All right, so before we even get into the podcast, I didn't realize you were the guy who paid off student loans by running.
Yeah, I had long hair.
And my sister-in-law bought your shirt for me because she followed your story and she was so inspired, and she's like, you gotta, talk about this guy or whatever. She gave me the shirt. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I didn't think about it, but then I brought it. So walk us through that, because that to me is interesting.
Yeah, so I did this thing in 2020 called the Race to 50K, where I paid off $50,000 of student loans in 1 year just by doing a bunch of odd jobs, like recycling, deliveries, yard work, painting, dressing up as Buzz Lightyear for a kid's birthday party, like all kind of things. And throughout the 11 months that I did it, because I finished a month early, I never charged a thing. I would just do a job. Somebody would contact me. I would go and do it. I'd finish it, and they would just give me whatever they want. It was all donation based.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And you made $50,000?
$53,757.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the biggest chore that somebody gave you?
The biggest? There was a bunch. One of the hardest one was doing installation in an attic, because that was super hard because I never done it before.
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass, and I had to stand on the stilts or the beams, and then kind of like reach down to some corners, and it was so hot. I had to get up at like 4 a.m. to start.
How many days?
It was just half a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think somebody was already doing it, and I helped the other person.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
And then so that was tough. One was cleaning like really high ceilings. I was doing that for a couple hours. I had to like move the ladder everywhere, and then just like looking up.
Yes.
My neck got super sore.
I had to paint a ceiling that was taller than your normal ceiling, and you don't realize how quickly your shoulders and your neck start hurting when you're just staring up at the ceiling for.
Plus you got to keep your mouth closed so you don't get pain in your mouth.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was tough.
So those tough jobs, are those the ones that give you the biggest donations?
No, I think it was kind of all over the place. And some people would, because I had a bunch of people following me, so every time I would do a job, I'd post it. I'd post how much I would make. So everything was super transparent.
Yeah.
So for something like I would clear out a whole backyard, like bushes, everything, weeds, with like a machete for a couple hours, and I would just get like $20. But then I would do something where like my neighbor in Hilo would call. Yes. my neighbor in Hilo would call me over, and he said, Kamaka, come here. Can you pluck this weed in my gravel yard? So I plucked it, and I was confused, and then he gave me $100.
Oh, so it in the end, it did make up
so
for
it. So I would always say I think it all balanced out.
Yeah.
And then some people would just donate to me, Like at one point, maybe like almost 8 or 9 months in, somebody would do the math, because there was a meter that I would post at the end of the day. It's how much I need to reach my goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody would be like, hey, I did the math. If everyone gives you like $3.33, then you can reach your goal and whatever. So then some people would start like Venmoing me $3.33. So it was all these like random things. And I think it was just this community trying to work together to help this local kid with long hair pay off his student loan. And that was the coolest part of it.
And what school was that loan for?
University of Hawaii.
And then did you graduate in a thing that you're using for your career now?
Kinda. I went there for 5 years. I majored in communications.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Track and digital media.
All right.
There you go. Perfect.
So people's donation were put to good use, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wish I knew more about scholarships and financial aid and all the other stuff when I was in school, because I wouldn't have had loans, because I never looked at it as like free money. Like I got to spend maybe a couple hours writing an essay to get this scholarship. I thought I saw it more as like, I don't want to do that. That's stupid.
This was before ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I feel like I could have gotten a lot more money, but I'm happy I started off with debt, because I feel like sometimes debt is good. It kicks you in the butt, and it really motivates you to do certain things. Because I always say that people are motivated by two things: desperation and inspiration. So through desperation, I paid off my student loans, and from that experience of the Race to 50K, it led me to other opportunities from Hawaiiverse, and then meeting other people, working with other businesses. So I think it was a very pivotal time in my life.
We should have got you hooked up with Dave Ramsey.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that would be a good Dave Ramsey story,
Yeah. I don't know how. My mom listens to him.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, because he's all about figuring out how to pay off debt. And, people complain all the time on the show, like they don't know how to do it. And he'd be like, look at this kid.
Yeah.
I'm sure
it's possible. Just it takes a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to cut your hair after?
Well, so 3 years before I did that, I was in the Peace Corps, and so when I joined Peace Corps Madagascar, I cut off all my hair. I was bald, and I grew it out for 2 years, and I made like a time lapse video, and then I cut it off after my 2-year mark, and then I grew it out again. And while I came back, and during 2020, it was kind of like getting long, and I thought I'll just grow it out again, so I don't have to pay for haircuts, so I can save money, because it's all about being frugal, spending the least amount of money so I could save as much money as I can and put it all towards my student loans. So at the end of it, I cut it all off and donated it to charity as like my final act of service.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because during that time, my plan was every $10,000 I'll do a community service thing to give back, because I felt like a lot of people were helping me and giving to me, so I wanted to give back. So the one thing I did, I couldn't do a lot because of COVID. So during the 2020 graduation, I did like a grad pack drive-through thing. So I partnered with a bunch of like 20 local businesses to get a bunch of products, and then we did like a drive-through graduation grad pack stuff for the high school graduates in Hilo.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're Hilo born and
Hilo
raised?
boy, yeah, born and raised, yeah.
Where in Hilo?
I was born Mountain View, moved to Waikea, and then I grew up over there.
You graduated Waikea High School?
No, I went to Navahio Kalaniʻopuʻu, which is a Hawaiian immersion school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Hawaiian is my first language.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was just talking to Kyle. My daughter, the state regatta for paddling this year is in Hilo. You can't get a hotel room at all.
No.
Oh, really?
There's
There's only like 2 hotels.
Yeah, there's 2, bro.
Airbnbs,
You sleep
nothing.
in a car.
Yeah.
Nothing. There is nothing there.
Yeah.
Sorry, my parents sold their house. Otherwise, I would have told you to stay over
Yeah.
there.
You can stay at Kamaka's house.
It made me like I was just like,
No, my
wow,
family
okay, I
there.
gotta plan better, because it's maybe a month away, and so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go, and I look, I'm like, I try to go as expensive as I can. It's like nothing,
That's
No,
crazy.
you-
That is
Yeah.
Go
crazy.
stay in Kamuela and then just drive over.
Yeah.
Downtown Hilo, right off the corner of Mamo Street. They got a lot of sidewalk over there.
Yeah, there is.
They got some people.
Pitch
It's
tent.
tents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got some ladies of the night over there too.
Yeah.
They take care of you
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
right there.
What
Yeah.
what beach is that? Or the beach park during the summer? The community goes and camps out on the beach, right?
Yeah, in Keaukaha.
Yeah.
Puhibe.
Maybe you can pitch a tent over
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
technically could, but
Do what you want.
lazy me. I don't know.
Just
if
go
I'm,
with
I
your
have one that's
ukulele.
like
You
I
can
have
catch
one that
heads, yeah.
it's like a one-handed operation. Just push it up and up.
That's true. Yeah, the
Yeah.
tents actually have gotten a lot better.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have one for the High Sessions
And
show.
by the way, so Kyle's wife, her family is all from Hilo.
Oh,
Yeah.
And my family's all from
Yeah.
Hilo too.
What part?
And my dad's from
Uh,
Hilo. We all have Hilo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we all have
Nice.
Hilo ties. So they lived kind of by the airport. So
Oh, okay.
Hilo no. But yeah, my grandfather was long-term fisherman and all that kind
Oh,
of stuff.
nice.
Is
All
it-
the Nekobas all live in that
The
area.
Nekoba
so-
side then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
your
that's
parents
the
probably know the
Nekoba side.
Nekoba
Probably, yeah.
side.
Probably.
My
Yeah.
side is the Hirooka and Jichaku side.
Like Ryan Hiroka?
Not
I know
related to
Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah, different Hirooka, I think.
Yeah,
And it's-
Ryan's
is-
great.
Maybe he is a distant
Yeah.
relative. I have no
I,
idea.
yeah, they're all. I don't know. Everybody in Hilo knows everybody.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see him being
You
Yeah.
know
related
somebody
to
who
you.
knows
Yeah.
somebody. Oh, that's my
Yeah.
mailman. Or
What do you think gave you this drive to pursue these kind of things and ideas
to
do
giving
things,
to give back?
to give
and,
back
yeah.
and to do all this kind of stuff?
Well, I think I always had this community-driven mindset. I think from growing up, it was always about ohana and giving back to the land. Just from my Hawaiian immersion school, right?
Mhm.
We were taught to always take care of each other, always to respect the elders, help out each other, do all these things for others, not just yourself. So I think from that point on, growing up, I was always instilled that type of mindset. So by the time I graduated, went to Peace Corps Madagascar, I mean, I joined because I wanted to help out. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to, learn about new cultures and, just kind of live away from everything we have here, the technology, the greed, all of that. So from my childhood and then going to Madagascar, through all those experiences, I felt like my goal in life was to just make people happy and like help out. I feel like I'm really good at helping, because when I was finishing the Peace Corps, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to maybe have a business in the future. I wanted to write books, but I didn't know what my career was going to be. But I knew that I'm good at helping. So that was the idea of the Race 50K.
Difference, though, and this is where I think you're different. We don't know each other that well, but just in the few minutes that we've talked together, there's a lot of people that like helping out, right? And they're good at helping out, but you have to explain to them exactly what to do. You're a type of guy that can take an idea and be, I want to help out, and so I'm going to create something that's going to help somebody. Well, I don't think a lot of people have that.
Yeah, you know how to activate it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's
a gift.
That's the difference between just having ideas and
you can execute on it. And
you're constantly doing it. You're constantly evolving, right?
Yeah. Well, since I got back in 2019, it's been nonstop.
Yeah.
But I wasn't always like that. I feel like I was more just like cruising, and that's why I joined the Peace Corps, because there's a little bit more direction.
Well, what exactly did you do in the Peace Corps?
I taught English.
Oh.
So I taught English for my first 2 years in a rural community, and then I extended for a year and moved to the capital city and worked with a community health organization doing their communications.
Was there a time when you were there going, what did I just commit myself
to? Oh, yeah. I think, after you do your 3 months of training and then you get placed in your site, you just live alone, right? And I was 4 hours from the capital, 2.5 hour bike ride from the closest volunteer. And I remember, there would be times like, this is my life now. Like I had appendicitis my second month over there.
Oh my God.
So I had to get surgery over there. Yeah.
Was that sketchy?
Yeah, I was like 8 hours from the hospital. I didn't know what was going on until I got to the hospital, but it was super sore. So after I got the surgery, I FaceTime my parents and I was like, hey Mom, I just got surgery.
By the way,
when you're in a Peace Corps and you're in a tent by yourself, far away from everybody else, it's not like you went on to a place where you can go, I think I'm gonna go to the bar tonight, or I'm gonna go to the club tonight and meet some new people, or hang out at Starbucks. It's completely different, right?
Yeah, depends where you're at. My town was a little smaller and there's not much of a nightlife, and in some places they don't like to go out at night because they believe there's witches. So that's why even in your house you have like a pee bucket. It's called like a chamber pot. So you don't go outside because the bathroom's outside in like a hole. Yeah. So you would just have this little bucket, and then that's what you would pee in or go number 2 in if you have to.
Because they're afraid of going out at night.
Yeah, and it's just far, it's dark, and it's just easier to just pee in that, and then you dump it out in the morning.
Is there another reason why you think they made that up so kids and people stay inside? Is it like animals?
Some people actually believe that stuff, like how we have like night marchers or whatever, this kind of folklore. People believe like there's mermaids in some coastal villages, or there's witches. Like people actually believe that stuff.
Did you ever experience anything weird?
No, I haven't.
On one hand, I'd be kind of like, oh man, I would walk around and you'd be the only person walking around, and it'd be kind of cool,
Yeah, but you get eaten by alligator and nobody would know.
At the same time, I'm like,
I don't know
if they're so scared of witches, I might kind of
I mean, there are some people.
I kind of be kind of scared of that too.
Yeah. Oh, drunk people.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a crazy world over there.
Yeah.
A lot of time in solitude. I think that's what helped me a lot. Helped me really discover myself.
Oh, yeah.
Think about the things I wanted to do. Think about the person I wanted to be.
And a lot of people don't get to have that type of experience where you can just reflect, Everything is just on the go.
Too much distractions.
After you graduate from high school, it's just on the go,
Yeah. But also, I feel like I kind of had a late start in life, in my career. Because I did 5 years in college, so I joined the Peace Corps when I was 23. I got out when I was 26. And by the time I'm back, people are already like a year or 2, even 3 into their career. And I'm just starting from nothing. I had no income. As soon as I got back, applied for HMSA Quest, 0 income. Like got on all the free stuff.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
You still got time.
Yeah. But I feel like I had a later start, so people, I think, usually think I'm a bit younger because I look younger.
Yeah.
But they don't. When I tell my story, they're like, "Wait, how old are you? How do you have this much life experience?"
Yeah. They're like, "What did you do? Join the Peace Corps when you're 10?"
Yeah. So I've have a lot of experience abroad. I studied abroad in Spain and Argentina as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, all those little things just help me become.
I have to ask you, in all your world travels, is there anything that you find similar to the lifestyle and the culture in Hawaii?
Yeah, I think Aloha. aloha is universal. I think, some people in the continent say Southern hospitality. Some people abroad, maybe they call it something else. But I feel like there are people who are always willing to give you that aloha. And that kind of feeling of ohana, I feel like you can find that wherever you go. So building that community and finding your community, I think that's the biggest thing that I was able to do, whether that was in Spain, Argentina, or Madagascar. Just finding a community and just talking with people. I mean, I feel like that's one reason I was very confident doing the podcast. I'm thinking, like, if I can talk to people in Spanish, Malagasy, Hawaiian, and in English, which English is my main language, why can't I just talk to people for hours, If I could have full conversations in other languages,
Okay.
We got to get you in touch with somebody who could speak Malagasy.
It's a crazy story. There's actually a couple people here from Madagascar that live here. I just met up with them the other week.
You're kidding
Crazy,
me.
yeah.
How does the language sound, though?
It's in the same Austronesian family as Hawaiian. So I'll be like, Kamaka Naraku, Aviani, Hawaiiza.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then some of the numbers are similar. I mean, languages.
In fact, I think I
words.
saw a clip.
Yeah,
of
one
you
of the
putting
clips.
it together, right?
Yeah. It's like Fitu, Valu, Ehiku, Evalu, Vava, Vaha. From now, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is weird, yeah.
It's crazy because it's on the other side of the world.
That don't make any sense.
Yeah.
How do you think that happened?
I don't know. I think it must have broke off from like India or something, floated down to Africa, or I think the Polynesians may have traveled a lot further than we think.
Than we think, right?
Yeah. That's my theory.
History is so complicated because no one knows what happened.
Yeah, and
They
they can
do,
speculate, but we don't know the truth.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about your podcast. It's been a really successful podcast. I saw a number of your episodes, and it's really good. Has there been any guest that blew you away, or has there been any guest that you remember, or a most memorable guest that you had? Because you had some big time people on your podcast.
People ask me that a lot. I say that there has been things that I loved from every guest, but there are obviously some people that stand out, like Bretman Rock. Like that
was a good one.
Yeah, guest I probably will ever have. 18 million followers.
I don't know how you. Yeah, when I saw you with him on that, in fact, that was one of the earlier episodes I watched. Oh my God, he got that guy.
Yeah, he actually reached out to me,
Really?
which is crazy. I DM'd him a long time ago, and then I guess he was doing his MTV TV show, and because I asked him, like, how did you decide to come on? And he said that he had to do press things, but he didn't want to go to LA, so he has like another Instagram account. You know how maybe some people just have other Instagram accounts. So our videos would always come up on his explore page. So he went to look me up, and then he saw that I already messaged him. So he just sends me a DM. He just says, I'm ready for my close-up.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, did Bretman just message me? So confused.
Classic.
Because I got the notification, it came up.
Do you think that exposure right there got you to that helped skyrocket your
No,
podcast?
it was actually Lanai's episode.
Lanai's episode?
Lanai's
that was
episode,
good because he talked about a lot of stuff.
His stuff was so good. He's a very good speaker, very good storyteller. All of his clips did really well, and one of his clips got over 1 million views.
Wow.
Really?
So during that time, it was just a bunch of people. I forget, it was like Chad Owen, Zeke Lau, McKenna Maduli, Lanai, I think around that area. We had such good momentum, and then Lanai's one we were getting like thousands of followers every single day.
When he spoke about the Aloha thing,
the Aloha stuff,
that was pretty heavy. I mean, I've seen the clips everywhere now.
Yeah. And then, depending on who the guest is and if their clips are really strong, we'll get a couple hundred followers. Like Daniel Anthony's one.
Yes.
That's one of the most memorable ones. His clips did really well. I think just in the first week, all his clips got over 1 million views.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you
Is that
think
on
the clips
TikTok
get
or
TikTok and Instagram.
the clips get more views than actual podcasts?
Yes, way more.
Really?
So that's what we try to sell. So that's just like,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that's why.
Sounds like, oh no, what do you want us to do?
Because that's what sells. Like, if you want to bring on sponsors, the analytics, the numbers, that's what you need.
Yeah. No, but I like the clips. It's like Cliff Notes.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're really interested in that person, you watch the entire podcast.
Yeah, because nobody, and some people watch the whole thing, but majority of the people won't watch it. Because even people that come up to me and say, hey, I love your podcast, I was just listening to your podcast, majority of them are just talking about the clips.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
get
aware
on it,
of
John.
this. I'm aware of this. and Liko, our good friend Liko, is the one who chops it up and puts that on. He does
Thank
a great
you, Liko.
job.
Yeah.
But I don't want to stress him out.
Yeah.
Like a million things.
Yeah.
To do.
It's true.
But also, it just depends, like, what's your goal?
Right.
Because like when I do something, I want to make it the best.
Yeah.
So when my Hawaiiverse partners told me to start a podcast, I didn't even want to start a podcast. Actually, they told me I should do it, and they set me up with the radio station, and I just started to do it and love it. And my goal was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get it to be the biggest podcast in Hawaii. And then we're able to do that. I mean, there's probably bigger ones from people who have a lot more followers, but I think I'm pretty confident to say like we're probably the most popular one.
Yeah, and I think
Hawaii
even
locals.
the content you have and what you bring out in people in your interviews is unique.
Yes, I think I have a very unique perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you going to listen to a local boy from Hilo, Hawaii, who speaks Hawaiian, that lived abroad, that paid off his student loans by just doing odd jobs? Like,
yeah.
I think I'm pretty irreplaceable in that sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just love the perspective that I've gained in life because I feel like I can talk with anybody about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as far as the production goes, because there's a lot of people that nowadays want to do their own podcast, right? I mean, everybody and their brother has a podcast. But how much time and effort goes into the production of that? When you talk about not just you, but the whole crew, because it's not just you doing the podcast, right?
Yeah, it's me and my videographer, Jordan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he has all the equipment. He comes in, sets up about an hour before. And then I do a lot of research on my guests, and I do a whole long introduction. So that takes up a lot of time. And then the post-production is what I think takes up the most, is listening back, time-stamping the episodes, giving it to my editor. He cuts it up, then I put captions on and maybe some graphics, and then I upload it to 4 different social media channels. And that's just a constant, like every single damn thing. That
John's just sweating, just listening to this. Like,
oh no, it's constant. I'm always on my phone.
Go do that, bro. Do that, bro.
Yeah.
This might be our last podcast.
No, but like I said, it depends what your goal is. Like if you're doing this for fun,
Yeah.
you're doing this to connect with people, you have a loyal fan base. Like if you're not trying to be as big as Joe Rogan, then that's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, we're not.
Don't look at me, bro. You know where I stand. I'm happy to get the free food.
Yeah. We come here, we eat Ruga Market, we
Yeah.
talk star with interesting people like you, and we're happy. You know what I mean? We're using an iPhone right there for our camera.
Yeah,
It's a
I love it.
cool, just
Very, very.
I started with a
backyard
GoPro.
action. Yeah.
And otherwise, probably would see these guys once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I see them 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
So
good. It's
more
a great.
than enough for
It's
you.
an excuse for us 3 to get together.
Yeah.
But it's also for us 3 to meet somebody.
For
you know,
sure.
interesting and talk story with them on this platform. You know,
It's so cool that we have this platform that didn't exist a long time ago, right? Like, who would have thought that there would be this podcasting thing that people can actually make a career out of?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think none of the things that I've done in the last couple of years I've ever thought that I would do. Growing up, I thought I wanted to be a professional athlete or a radiologist or a nurse. I'm not even like an influencer or like some sort of like social media person. I've never cared about being like famous, whatever. But through all these social media platforms, it's like everything is so accessible, and you can post a clip and it can go viral.
So out of all the things you do right now, because you're not just a podcaster, you have other jobs that you're juggling throughout your day and your week. If somebody told you, Kamaka, you're gonna be the Joe Rogan of Hawaii, you gotta quit everything else.
Oh, easy.
You
if they
do it.
paid me. Yeah, right now I'm paying myself.
That's what your love is, though. Is podcasting.
Yeah, I think I discovered it when I started doing the podcast. I didn't think that I would. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one of my favorite podcasts is a fantasy football podcast because I'm a huge fantasy football guy. So a lot of what I do in my podcast, it's taken from other podcasts like Joe Rogan, like the fantasy footballers, even this one podcast, Ologies, that I listen to.
Okay. So, sorry.
No.
Fantasy football.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Are you a big
man.
fan?
What are we taking first? Are we taking?
You gotta go
when you-
CMC in the first round. If you got the 101, you gotta take Christian McCaffrey. Yeah,
So
but-
you don't go position. You go mostly the player. So if it's the
It
it's the player
depends.
that
Yeah,
matters to you.
this year seems like it's a lot of receivers being taken in the first round. Just because it fluctuates sometimes. A lot of people go running back heavy in the first. But I think the receivers are just getting so good.
Yeah.
Never go quarterback first shot. That's the biggest mistake. Unless it's in a 2 QB league.
How many leagues are you in?
I was in about 4 last year, but
Oh,
I have
bruh.
I have a huge league. I'm the commissioner of a league, and the buy-in is $500.
What?
Yeah,
How many people are in
There
the
you go.
league?
12.
Just do his.
Oh no, bro.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
can't.
Well, I'm
That's
like
too short.
super into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But when I first did fantasy football, we would sit in a room with pieces of paper
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
newspapers because there was no going on the internet to look up people. You just
Mm-hmm.
went, and then every week you would have to look at the newspaper to find out what guys
That's
did,
crazy.
and then go, how many points? And then somebody, our commissioner, would have to put together all the scores. It was insane. And now it's like, there's a
Everything's
program
online, yeah.
that puts everything together for you.
Oh,
So,
I had no idea.
oh yeah,
It was
bro.
the Fred Flintstone days of.
Wow.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Fantasy football.
When we'd sit in a room together, you just pick the guys. People were picking guys from like teams,
Dang.
the Chicago Bears third running back or something, and everybody's going, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And now you can look it up and find out. Before,
Oh.
guys would actually be able to kind of secretly, like if you had a team that you liked, you'd be able to hoard your guys and go, "Okay,
Wow.
I'm gonna take that guy, and I'm gonna take that guy, and I'm gonna take that one," because nobody knew who the hell anybody
Yeah.
was.
So would you guys like ride your dinosaurs to each other's house to watch the game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was insane. That's why, like, to see the evolution of fantasy football, where it started to where it is now,
Oh, yeah, it's
and the
amazing.
amount of money that's spent on that thing.
Mhm.
Like, we never thought to spend $500 to enter a league.
Yeah.
It's like for us, it was like $20, and even
Yeah.
$20 for us was like, oh my god! And then you had to pay every time you needed to trade
Yeah, yeah,
somebody or
yeah.
move somebody.
Mhm.
It was-
Oh.
That just sounds like too much work, man.
I schedule my life around football season.
Really?
So even like I'm trying to hustle so hard right now. So by the time it's football season, everything's kind of automated already.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
then like my meetings, everything is like, okay, I work all the way till 1:50 because the game started at 2:00, and then on Thursdays I don't have any meetings after 2:00 or anything after 2:00, and then Sundays I don't do anything. I just watch football all day.
Do you have
You're-
a team?
Saints.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, yeah.
My cousin loves you.
Yeah.
I was.
So you
I used to
play
like the
fantasy
Saints during the Reggie Bush era, but that was
That's
about
my
it.
favorite
Yeah.
all-time player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best.
I did fantasy football 2 years.
Uh-huh.
My cousin was nice enough. He thought that, I didn't have friends and stuff. So invited me to join his fantasy football league. And I'm like, okay, I know nothing about football.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was baseball. I can't even remember already. And then so the first year, I pick all my guys with the help. People kind of told me who to do. And then, like, I kept going through the season, and I just kept the same team the whole season. And then he was telling me, guys are kind of upset because you don't trade or you don't do anything. You just kind of. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know. So then the second season, I go like, okay, I pick all my guys, and then somebody contacts me and they're like, hey, I want to trade your guy this for this. I'm like, okay. So I traded that guy, and then I traded a couple other guys. And they got mad at me because they said I traded all my guys to this one guy, and he won the thing.
Yeah,
So-
people get real upset
You can't
about
can't
that.
win, dude.
So you
can't
didn't
win.
play
So I was
after
like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are doing over here, but it's not fun.
Yeah.
I really
No.
don't, and I don't know. When I play, I usually don't trade that much either. I'm dropping guys and picking guys up
Yeah.
because I can't keep it straight. And then one year I played in 3 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was gonna die because I'm a Seahawks fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to follow my Seahawks, but I've got them on 2 different teams. I'm playing somebody who's got Russell Wilson or Tyler
Oh,
Lockett,
yeah.
right? I want to cheer for them because
That's
I
the
want
hard
them to
part,
do
yeah.
well. But if they do well, they're gonna kick my ass. And so I don't want you to play well. And then because it was 3 different teams, I couldn't focus on my own team, and I was like, I can't do this.
It's hard to
anymore.
get everybody in the same
Yeah,
roster.
it's hard to get everybody. on
One
the
week I'm
team.
cheering for a guy, but I also got that guy I'm playing against in another league. What I do is I just cheer for my guys and hope that they do well, and all the other guys that I don't have do terrible. I'm always like, because I don't want to be mean and be like, oh, I hope somebody breaks a leg,
Yeah,
because these
yeah.
are real life people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're really into it. And
Yeah.
it's a fantasy. So I'm always like, I hope they break a toenail.
What made you guys decide to go with a league that costs $500 to buy in?
Well, just because I love it so
Dude,
much. I played
okay.
it for so long, and I don't like when people don't put in their guides. I don't like when people don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
They're just trading whatever. So if you put like a
$500,
yeah,
And you got only
and then
dedicated people.
you're
Yeah.
really focused.
Yeah.
You're trying really hard.
Yeah.
You're not gonna try to screw over yourself.
Devin,
or
why does that
somebody
sound
else.
crazy to you? There's guys that I know that go to Vegas
Yeah.
and they drop thousands of dollars
Yeah, like this
rolling
guy.
craps or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, like
But I guess it's different because like it's fantasy, I guess. But I look at it as an investment. So it's like you're paying $500. Say you're buying $500 in the what is our league? Fan Football Always Knows Aloha League. Do you know the acronym?
Wow.
Football Always Knows Aloha.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
The FACA League. So you're buying stock $500, and at the end of the year you could possibly win like 3,000 or
Is it
Yeah.
a first place, second place, third place?
yeah, and then we have
Okay.
weekly bonuses throughout the year.
Yeah, you think about it. That
So you can win your
$500
money back.
Stretches
Yeah,
the whole
this is
season.
a whole season.
Yeah, it
I
pays
guess
for the draft.
I can
board,
lose
the
$500 in 20 minutes in
Yeah.
Vegas on
Yeah.
a 3-card table.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
did I tell you about my strip steak thing?
Oh, I just went there recently.
What?
Oh wait, I don't know if I should say.
Is
it
it
on
the
on
gift card thing that you had
Yeah,
to
yeah,
use?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. What was the significance of it?
Oh no, I don't know if I should say it online.
This is a Patreon only clip right there.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. No, I can say it.
Okay, go ahead then.
Go ahead then.
No, so
Because we know that you ate there because you took
Well,
a
are we not
picture
gonna
with
get
your
a
wife
sponsor
and
by
you were
Strip
like, oh, we're
Steakhouse?
using
no,
your
it has
shit?
nothing to do with strip steak because I got a gift card. So whoever gave me the gift card might hear this, but whatever. Because
What?
I'll say that. Okay, so I have all these gift cards right at my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Stace, we got to start using these gift cards. They probably, because, you know, like sometimes maybe like, Kamaka going to call me to sell his house and I go over and do a bunch of work and then we're going to get ready and then all of a sudden, we're not selling anymore. Then I get a gift card or something, or I do a gig and they give me a gift card.
Yeah.
So I have all these gift cards at home. So I said, okay, Stace, we're going to start using these things, right? So the first one I pulled up was a strip steak Waikiki gift card.
Yeah.
And it's just been sitting in this pile, so it doesn't have any labeling
Date or
on it or
anything.
anything.
Oh,
And
okay.
it just goes, so we're going to go to this. And then she looks at the menu. She's like, oh, just the two of us going because this is expensive over here. The kids are going to blow the budget. So I'm like, all right. So we go to eat. And it's just she and I. And just the entree. So you got to order everything separate. It's all a la carte,
it's like
right? So
$60
just the
for your
entree. It's
entree.
like $75
Yeah.
just for like the entree, right?
Yeah.
So I get an entree and we get mashed potatoes and I got some mushrooms or whatever. So the bill comes as $250, and then you gotta get a tip, right? So like $300 total,
At
whatever.
least, yeah.
So I give the guy the gift card,
He's like, it's
and,
$25.
and he's like, "Oh, I have to run it in the back because whatever." So he comes back,
I just know what's gonna happen.
and I'm like, "How much was the gift card?" He's like, $50. I was like, $50?
That covers a tip right there.
So anyway, I was telling Sis, like, why would you buy a $50 gift card when you can't even get
the meal is
one
like $200.
thing
Yeah.
for a 50? What? I was so confused,
Well, some people think that you live extravagantly maybe, and that you're gonna go there anyway, and $50 will
And
buy
then
you
you get
cocktails.
$50,
Yeah,
You know?
because Stace got a Moscow Mule, and it was $20 for the drink.
Yeah, see.
See,
Just pay for your
you
drinks.
covered the drink. There you go.
So I was like,
But be grateful that you had money and you don't have to wash dishes.
no, I understand. I know. At least I had the money to pay for the
Yeah,
meal.
yeah.
It wasn't. But I was just thinking, who would do it? It's like if you got $1 gift card for McDonald's or something, and you gave someone $1, and you
Ice cream cone right there.
it's like, well, I guess McDonald's bad example, but I just found it odd, right? That's weird, right? You buy,
Yes and no.
It's by a.
I think it's a thought.
But I see what you're saying because it's a high end restaurant.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$100 would probably like for Merriman's. We got our parents for their, or I think it's for my mom's birthday or for their anniversary, like a $200 gift card to Merriman's.
Right.
We all chipped in, my siblings and I.
That's more than
So
enough
it's like,
right
we're not gonna give a $50 gift card. So I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Right.
So so we were leaving that. I was so dumbfounded, like I couldn't understand
the
what
hard
had
part
just
is
happened.
like when somebody gives you a card and doesn't have the
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how much.
you have
too,
no
right?
idea.
I'd
right,
probably
what it
ask
is.
how much it was first.
Yeah.
And then
But
I'd budget
okay,
from
but
there.
more importantly, did you enjoy the meal?
Yeah,
Was it
was
nice
good.
to be out on
Yeah.
a date
Yeah.
with your wife?
Yeah, everything was
Okay.
great. The food
Well,
is
see?
great. The service is great.
There
See?
you go.
I don't
Then-
know if I
then
would
that's all you
have
got.
see. And the other thing is like I was telling Sis, I'm like I don't know if I'd ever go to eat a $250 meal.
Yeah.
So they
And that's
Otherwise-
why.
So
So
this
you
gift-
had that experience.
yeah. So this gift card gave you the gift of being there with your
The
wife and
experience,
enjoying
yeah.
the dinner that you would never
You
experience.
get to leave your kids at home.
That,
you didn't
that
have to pay
customer
for
gave you
that.
the best gift you ever had for $50, man.
I don't know.
It got you in the door.
It got me in the
This
door.
guy's
Yeah.
the most,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say frugal, because he's
Frugal
generous,
with
but he's the
certain
most
things.
simplest guy. That's why, you know. He
Yeah,
doesn't
but I would never go to a restaurant
Yeah,
like that
I'm
and
the
spend that
same.
kind of
Yeah.
money. Like,
But
it
that,
just-
but again, that's why I think that's why people give you these things, because they feel like if they get you in the door, you will enjoy the experience, and they don't have to pay $300 for you to
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can pay for a part of it yourself. But this way, it sort of gets you, gets you
Yeah.
to
honestly,
the
if
door
the thing
and
said
gets you going.
$50 on it myself, I would have just gone myself. I just would have got like a small thing, you know.
God,
I don't know you that well, but I feel like I believe you when you say that.
No, he totally would.
would.
He looked
He
at the
would.
menu and go,
He'd be like,
what is this?
Stacey, I'm gonna have dinner tonight. I'll see you later.
Is there a pre-fee menu thing? It's like $60.
Could you take out some ice cubes? Does that make it cheaper?
Man, now I know what to get you for Christmas. Like, my
$50
favorite
Oh,
steakhouse
you
is
and I,
like,
for Christmas, we gotta both buy something for him.
yeah, my favorite
Yeah.
steakhouse is Ruth Chris. You're getting a $5 card
Oh,
for dinner,
Ruth Chris
man.
is great.
Yeah.
Ruth Chris is great. I like
Yeah.
Morton's too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what if
Morton's
they
is-
gave you? What if they had given you a $50 gift card to Morton's or to Ruth's Chris,
I just
knowing what you're gonna spend?
I get, and the hard part, and that's why I'm not blaming the person who gave me the strips. I don't know when I must have got it a long time ago because I don't even remember who gave it to me, and maybe it was just like some kind of promotion.
At least it worked.
Yeah,
So-
well, in the
Yeah.
90s, the $50 could get you a good meal.
yeah, I don't know if that
Yeah, I remember.
yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah, what were we even talking about? We got so sidetracked. What
I don't know. You want to
talking
bring
about
on
fantasy-
strip
I think we're talking about
steakhouse?
pants,
The-
unbuttoning your pants after eating.
And
or
the fantasy
something.
football got us
Fantasy
some different
football.
news,
No,
but they
no,
were like,
no.
"Oh God, we gotta talk about something."
So,
else.
okay, let's-
We're talking about podcasts.
Let's go back to
Yeah.
Kamaka now.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
You know, beyond the podcast, what else are you involved with? What else do you want to pursue?
Yeah.
You know?
So right now I have my business Hawaiiverse with my business partners. We started that during the pandemic. as a
Hawaiiverse
coupon-
is a marketing online.
Yeah,
thing.
so we have an app for it. It's an online platform that supports local businesses. So we have a coupon directory, which is kind of like a local version of Yelp and Groupon. And then also connected to the app is our e-commerce store, where we sell local products, kind of like a local version of Etsy or Amazon. And then I also am part of a merch company called Mahalo Shoots. We do merch collabs. We did some shirts for Yamtongi.
I was gonna say I saw Yim Tongi wearing that.
Yeah.
so-
The Price Out of Paradise shirt, that was
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did that. And then I work part-time at UH as a Peace Corps recruiter. So I'm trying to quit that job so I can just focus on the podcast and the other stuff. Because Hawaiiverse, Mahalo Shoots, that doesn't take up too much of my time. It's majority just the podcast. So I
Yeah.
want to quit the Peace Corps recruiting so that I can just focus on
What is your sell point for Peace Corps? What do you tell when somebody comes in and has a potential to be in the
I
Peace
say,
Corps?
hey, you want free surgery paid by the tax dollars of all Americans? Join the Peace Corps. No, I tell them. it's
Hey, you
like-
want to stay in your hut all night long because of the witches?
you like pooping in the hole?
You like shishing in a hole in the ground?
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure there's so much benefits.
Oh, for
from
sure.
being in
Yeah,
that
I
thing,
tell
right?
people it's the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
I wrote a book about it too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, man, author too.
I tell people it's not for everyone, but anyone can do it. You know, you just have to have a college degree, be over the age of 18 or 21, I forget. And then, they just send you to a developing country and you help out. There's all kinds of different sectors.
I'm sure it makes you appreciate what you have back
Yeah.
home.
for
too,
sure.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Appreciation. I mean,
So
coming back
grateful.
here, I would cry right as soon as the plane landed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it really gives you perspective.
Yeah.
And because, like, Madagascar is one of the poorest countries in the world. People live off less than $1 a day.
Oh.
So it really gives you that perspective of, like, wow, I already have everything that I need in life. And one of the biggest lessons I learned over there was that even though all these people, they don't have too much, they're always willing to give. Like they'll always
and they're
invite
happy.
you. Yeah, they're happy. They'll invite you into their house. You know, they'll feed you. They don't apologize about it being dirty or messy, because like that's such an American thing, right? Like a developed country kind of thing. It's like you have a little mess, you're like, oh, sorry, my house is so messy.
Yeah.
Sorry, my house isn't nice. Like they don't see that. You know, I feel like they're not comparing what they have to everything else. They're just living their life because that's the life that they know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if they see something on TV and they see like a huge mansion, they're like, wow, that's people live in those. But I don't think they ever think it's like a possibility, and which is a kind of a sad thing too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it just really made me realize like people are kind, people are willing to help, and you don't need a lot to be happy. The kids, they just play with little rocks, you know, they don't have all these toys and whatever.
I guarantee you though that there's people who are living in mansions that are way not as happy as people in Madagascar.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's problems that come with
all the money in the world, and it's not making them happy. Look, Hawaiiverse.
Yeah, go check them out.
The app.
The app, download
So
it.
do people just apply to put their products on Hawaiiverse? Or
Yeah, it's
how
free
does
to
that
join.
work?
It's free to join
okay.
the coupon directory, and in the e-commerce store, we have a little bit more of a vetting process just to see if you're a good fit, and we sell it. We do a 60-40 consignment. So
I
the
see.
business gets 60, and then we take 40 to cover all like the other stuff that we do.
Who does the fulfillment and shipping and all that?
We do everything.
Really?
Yeah. Well, my business partner's in Hilo. We have a fulfillment center in Hilo.
Wow.
AKA and a spare bedroom. Yeah.
So the people ship the products to you,
To us, or we
and then-
pick it up. Like
or you
sometimes
pick it
I'll
up.
just go pick it up.
Is
and
the
then
majority
take
of
it to Hilo.
businesses in Big Island then?
We have probably more here, but I
Okay.
think the stronger, more loyal ones are on the Big Island, because
Yeah.
that's where we started.
Easier to control the inventory and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got that going on. A lot of
And
stuff.
do you think growing up in Hilo kind of affected how you view things as well? Because Hilo's a small community. It's
for sure.
yeah, I think outer island people have different views on things, but you have like crazy events out there. The Hilo Ho'olaule'a is always a huge thing every year.
Mary Monarch.
Mary Monarch, yeah. It's kind of an interesting place to live, because it's normally a small town feel, and then you have these big events that just come in and take over the whole town for a little while. Is that welcomed, or is it like, oh man, all these people coming in and?
I think it's
Following
hard
us.
to really commercialize Hilo. I think it's very rooted, very local. Even the like these events, they bring in a lot of tourists, but I don't feel like too many stay. But I mean, I haven't been living there for a while. I always go and visit, so I haven't been there. But it still feels pretty local.
I just like how my
the
blood
last
pressure
frontier.
drops like
Yeah,
20,
it's so
30
slow.
points. Like, as soon as you get off the plane, you're like, okay.
When I was dating my wife and we were younger,
Yeah.
I used to hate going to Hilo, because I was
There's no
bored.
nightlife.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
bored, But now as I got older, I think I would appreciate that.
For sure.
Well,
Just sitting on a porch listening to koke's at night sounds so soothing,
Yeah. Oh, bro.
But
All night long.
I love that place now more than when I used to go when I was younger, because I appreciate just looking at the bay and walking around the town.
I love having it as my escape from here.
Yeah.
And I just go there and just hang out with my family and friends, and I still gotta do a little work here and there, but it's so different from here. And I think the greatest thing living in a small town teaches you is to not screw over other people. Everybody is always nice. Everybody knows everybody. So it kind of gives you that mindset that I have to be kind to others because somebody's going to hear about it. That's your auntie's, uncle's, cousins, whatever. Everybody knows each other. That's going to come around and people are going to know that you messed up.
It's also the culture of doing business in Hawaii.
Exactly.
Everybody knows everybody. Somebody's going to know somebody, and you got to just be clean and be nice to everybody as you can. Because that's going to bite you in the ass if you do something like that.
Well, the one thing last time I went to Hilo that I realized is that Hilo now has an IHOP.
Yeah.
So all is
And
good.
And Target and Zippies. Yeah.
Stepping up.
Yeah.
Hey man, I can.
Where's
I
the
can,
Target?
I can hire.
In the back of the Walmart. It's past
Oh,
the
yeah?
Pittsburgh
Oh, really?
Plaza.
Get Walmart and then Target?
It's Walmart, and then in the back, it's like another shopping center. It's Safeway, and then Target.
Oh
You know
my
what
goodness.
Hilo has that everybody on Hawaii, everybody in Hawaii should have is
Hamas.
one KTA.
Oh yeah, KTA.
Yeah.
I love KTA.
That's the best.
They sponsored our podcast.
It's
for a
the
little
best.
Bit. Yeah,
like, if it was,
I love it.
I wish it was here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is.
I guess the
is what-
KTA, like the closest thing to KTA would be like Tanio.
Yeah,
Not
in
even.
a
Not even.
smaller
though.
level, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
really. Not even.
It's
not
like
close.
Foodland, but more grassroots.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kamaka, we've reached the point of the podcast where we so technically we're supposed to be a music podcast,
Yeah.
but so we ask this question of every guest.
I'm gonna sing.
Get ready. We're gonna make you sing.
I got some bars for you guys. Play the beat. Yo, DJ, spin that track.
But we ask our every artist of this, and since you're a younger guy, we'll have to rephrase the question. So if you could download the okay, so say you're on a stranded, you're back in Madagascar,
Okay.
but not in Madagascar proper.
One of
even
the islands off
off
of
one of
Madagascar.
the islands,
And
yeah.
it's nighttime, so you can't
Okay.
leave
Yeah.
the house.
And you're there forever. You're just stranded in
Okay.
this eternal place. What 3 artist volumes of music would you download if you could take one like little iPad?
Pure heart, guarantee.
Oh, there you go.
Except Pure Heart. Okay.
I would listen to "Bring Me Your Cup."
Yeah, yeah.
And just hope that, like in my mind, just do a little music video of somebody bringing me a cup of water. Yeah. It would have to be something local, because then that's gonna remind me of home. Like Kimie, I'm a huge Kimie fan.
Okay, yeah, Kimie is
So
great.
every time I would travel in Madagascar, I would always play "New Day" by Kimie.
Oh,
That was,
nice.
like my
Oh,
song
yeah.
where I would look out and.
Yeah, well, how do you
Yeah.
do that? I mean, the place you were living had electricity then.
Yeah, most people
So you
don't have
could charge
electricity.
Yeah.
My house did. It had one light bulb, and I could charge stuff. If like it's raining, sometimes the power goes out or
Yeah.
whatever. But some people, they don't have any electricity, just candles and whatnot.
Because you're like, I was listening to you. I'm like, how you do that with no power?
Yeah,
Where you
Yeah,
at?
yeah. But like on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So probably Kimie. I know you produce Kahivai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like I really
Oh.
love the old Kahivai songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they are doing a reunion concert later this year.
Yeah.
Oh
You should-
yeah.
And John will
Should
be
get him
playing
on
in
the
it.
podcast.
Dinner date.
Yeah.
Someone send us a gift card.
Yeah. To a cheap place, so you can stretch that $50.
Yeah.
And then like maybe something like rap. I listened to a lot of Tupac growing
Oh,
up.
wow.
Mm.
I love the
See,
rap.
For a guy who doesn't swear, listening to Tupac.
Yeah.
sounds like a very,
Dude,
It's hard because when I'm rapping, I'm like, mother. Beat
myself. Beeping yourself.
Yeah.
yeah, my daughter was listening to Tupac the other day. She
What?
played it in the car. I'm like, I don't know if I like you listening to this particular song, you know, out of whatever
I'm
she was
like,
playing.
first that.
Some of
yeah,
them-
and
Some of it was a little too much for me.
yeah, so probably like a local. So either like Kimie, Kahivai, like Tupac, maybe Eminem,
Mm.
and then or like I don't know, like a Tribe Called Quest, and then something.
Oh, for a
like,
young guy, he listens to like.
Oh, I
old
old
school.
school,
Old
like
school,
yeah.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
I'm surprised being from Big Island, this Southern Russian rap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Sudden Rush. Oh, well, maybe it is Kaikena then. That'll be the local one. Kaikena Scanlan. Yeah. Let's just do that.
Oh yeah.
Kaikena, Kimie / Kahivai, and Tupac. Yeah.
All right. Well, man, this is we got to the end here. Thank you so much again
Yeah.
for being on the
Well, for
podcast. We'll have to
having me.
have you back at some point, and
Yes, down anytime.
keep watching Hawaii Verse and our podcast
It's
too.
not Hawaii verse now. It's
I mean,
Keep It Aloha
Yeah, but you
podcast.
can
yeah.
check out waivers.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
it podcast. Yes,
Cool.
yes. Please
Yeah.
watch and
Yeah.
Kamaka, thank you again for coming.
Mahalo to all you guys.
Look, Hawaii verse, you can shop.
Yeah.
And the links for all Kamaka stuff will be on.
It'll be in the
Yeah,
description.
on the
Yeah.
it's
description.
on my Instagram
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kamaka Dias 8.
Perfect.
Yeah, mahalo.
Hey, see you guys.
Take care.